Well, if you want to keep it in the straight and narrow, and it says come here and bring her a pizza. Yeah, I mean any uncle, any neighbor, any guy could certainly do that. But if that softball coach or whoever it may be is texting all kinds of things about having sex with the girl and her pussy and and send me a pic and everything else, and you're only 13 and I'm 44, and then you research the statutes and you drive 2 hours on a Saturday night and you bring Cialis with you.
Oto 44-letni Jeffrey Ben Sokol. Typ, który przejechał 2 godziny z Bostonu do Fairfield z pizzą tylko po to, żeby spotkać Chrisa Hansena. W tym materiale przyjrzymy się jego głośnej sprawie, a na końcu zobaczycie, dlaczego to jeden z najsłynniejszych przypadków w programie To Catch a Predator. Jeff Sokol od 10 lat był singlem, nie miał dzieci i miał słabo płatną pracę. Jego życie w Bostonie było po prostu nudne. Normalnie ktoś taki wyszedłby do ludzi, spotkał się z kolegami z pracy, ale co zrobił Sokol? Postanowił się rozerwać, pisząc z 13-letnią Bailey. Dla niego Bailey była śliczna, super i fajnie się z nią gadało, ale tak naprawdę dziewczyna była przynętą. Poznali się na czacie Wire Club, gdzie Sokol miał nick Sicilian. Zanim zapytał o WhatsAppa czy Skype'a, powiedzieli sobie, ile mają lat. Ale jemu to nie przeszkadzało. Dalej z nią pisał na Skype'ie. Wysłali sobie zdjęcia, a on powiedział, że ona strasznie mu się podoba. Sokol chciał upewnić się, że to dziewczyna, a nie jakiś facet, więc ciągle prosił o wideorozmowę, żeby sprawdzić. Do wideorozmowy nie doszło. Wystarczył zwykły telefon, żeby go nabrać.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what are you doing?
Ten telefon nie tylko był mu potrzebny, żeby sprawdzić, z kim pisze. Chciał się też upewnić, czy może liczyć na spotkanie.
So what are you doing?
Nothing. Well, I'm doing some laundry, waiting to see if you're going to show up. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do because it's kind of ugly out here. But we'll see. I might just watch a movie or something. And I'm eating pizza.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm hungry. Since somebody won't bring me cheeseburgers.
I'd bring you pizza if I could.
Yeah. So do you think you still might be able to come?
So you think what?
Do you think you still might be able to come?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on a bunch of things. It's just so, I mean, it's so last minute. I know it's a good opportunity because your mom's away, but I don't think it can happen this weekend. I know it's not your fault, but I mean, like if I was able to talk to you yesterday, I might have been able to plan things a little differently, and it's not a big deal.
That's okay.
To były tylko wymówki, bo tak naprawdę on się wahał. Ale w końcu zaufał swojemu instynktowi drapieżcy i umówił się z dziewczyną u niej w domu 3 października 2015 roku. Gdy zobaczył Bailey, wyciągnął z samochodu pizzę, burgery i pomarańczowy napój, a potem wszedł z nią do domu. Odłożył jedzenie i od razu chciał ją przytulić, ale Bailey cofnęła się, udając zdenerwowanie.
That's a long drive.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I'm really nervous.
Oh, you gonna give me a hug?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I'm...
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I've just never done this before.
I know.
Have you?
No, not really. I mean...
Are you telling me the truth?
I mean, I've met girls on mine, but...
Kiedy Bailey mówi, że nie jest głodna, Sokol bierze kawałek pizzy, ale najpierw wyjmuje jakieś lekarstwo. Mówi, że zawsze łyka je przed jedzeniem. Znając sytuację, łatwo zgadnąć, po co mu to było. Po chwili Bailey słyszy, jak otwierają się drzwi. To dla niej sygnał, żeby wyjść. Do pokoju wchodzi Chrisa Hansen.
Flicks and stuff?
What's that?
I have no idea. Do you want me to check?
Somebody here?
No.
What kind of pizza we have tonight? Who's this? I'll get to that in a minute. Who are you?
Większość ludzi ucieka, gdy zrozumie, że wpadło w pułapkę. Ale Sokol siedzi z głupim uśmiechem i spokojnie odpowiada na pytania Hansena. Jeśli wpiszesz w Google nazwisko Sokola, to zobaczysz mnóstwo wyników związanych z Planet Pizza. A wszystko dlatego, że...
Go ahead, have a bite.
Well, I haven't done anything wrong.
Kiedy Hansen stawia go przed faktami, to on spokojnie przeżuwa pizzę. Nic sobie nie robi z Hansena. Po kilku minutach i kilku ostrych pytaniach ekipa Hansena ujawnia się, ale Sokol nadal siedzi z tym głupim uśmiechem, choć dobrze wie, że jest skończony.
So if there's anything else you want people to know, anything you want to say, now would be a good time to say it.
Potem wychodzi, jakby nic się nie stało, ale na zewnątrz czekają już na niego policjanci. Zostaje aresztowany za usiłowanie narażenia nieletniej na niebezpieczeństwo. Zabrali go na przesłuchanie, bo wyglądało na to, że miał na ten wieczór jeszcze inne plany. A to mogło oznaczać dodatkowe zarzuty albo, co gorsza, więcej ofiar.
We could probably just kind of start with what happened this evening. I looked at some of the texts. There's several pages of text between you and the young female. You just tell me what kind of happened from your standpoint tonight. You're in, I assume, at home in Brooklyn, and you're corresponding with this younger girl.
Yeah, I was just looking to meet her, and I know you're not going to believe me, but I honestly was not planning on having sex with her. I know the texts talk about that, but it's talk. I mean, I wasn't planning on having sex with her unless it was right and legal to do it. I don't know if I would have or not either, but I was not going to.
What do you mean by right and legal to do?
No, I mean, she seemed like somebody, you know, that was mature and, you know, somebody that, you know, that would be fun to hang out with. And so I wanted to meet her and find out if she was what I...
So how long had you been corresponding with her?
Like 3 weeks, yeah.
And how'd you meet her?
A chat site.
What was that called?
Wire Club.
Wire Club? Is that, what is that? Is it
It's
kind of a hookup site or something?
No, it's like chat rooms, but I mean, I don't know if it's a hookup site because there's people there that are all over the
Have
world.
you talked to people before? Girls, guys, or
Yeah,
on that particular site?
yeah.
Have you talked to younger girls before? Today? Or in the last couple of weeks, rather?
No.
I've just never done this before.
I know.
Have you?
No, not really. I mean,
Are you telling me the truth?
I've met girls online, but
Not that I know of.
And what was the interest in this particular girl? Let me back up a second. Are you married?
No.
Have you been married?
Yeah.
Divorced?
Yeah.
How long?
Like 10
10 years or more?
11 years, yeah.
Any kids?
No.
What was the reason for the dissolution of the marriage? Anything major issue with the ex-wife?
No.
Or she with you?
No, it was just a mutual breakup.
And how about dating and things since then? Do you have relationships? Have you had any recently?
Yeah, I mean a few here and there, yeah.
Najlepsze jest to, że sam nazywa Wire Club stroną do randkowania i jakoś mu nie przeszkadzało, że poderwał tam 14-latkę.
Yeah, I've dated girls in their 30s and 20s.
And I mean, this wasn't, I'm sure, the first time you met a girl who was purportedly 12 or so years old, right?
What would you say?
I said, I'm sure this isn't the first time you either chatted with or met with a girl who was, you know, supposedly 12 years old.
I believe it was the first time that I know of.
It was? Is that what you're saying? It was the first time? I mean, I don't know. You may have an issue or a certain fetish or attraction to younger girls. You probably do.
Yeah, I've never gone to meet a girl that was a teenager.
Never. And why tonight? Just Saturday night. It's driving from basically the Boston area, right?
I just had nothing to do. I figured we'd just hang out, and I was just gonna like drive home later tonight.
You talked, I know in the text there was like some mention of like a marriage contract. I don't know if it's a religious thing or something else, but what's the deal with the marriage certificate? What was that whole conversation? Or a marriage agreement or a contract you talked about?
I know I was joking at one time when I said, "Is it in the contract?" I was
Was
joking.
there a mention of like bringing some type, maybe it was in jest, but did you mention bringing some type of marriage contract or something like that?
No, it wasn't. No. Bringing something? No.
Did you mention having her sign it, or you signing it, or both of you signing it? I mean, I can go get the paperwork. Unfortunately it's an inch thick, but there's some conversation about that. I just want to know.
Yeah, there was conversation. There was conversation about that. I was just explaining to her that people could get married by just signing a contract. Signing marriage documents.
So, but if you're talking about a 12-year-old girl, right? It's kind of.
Yeah.
I think you could
14,
probably even
14, but yeah, she said she was 14. But okay.
She was 14?
I know, it's young.
W czacie jest taka chwila, w której on przekonuje dziewczynę, że jedyny sposób, bym nie został aresztowany, to żebyśmy wzięli ślub. Kiedy zapytała, jak to miało wyglądać, powiedział, że zna prawo i że mogłaby wyjść za mąż już w wieku 13 lat, a kiedy skończy 16, to mogliby, no wiesz, to zrobić. Ta umowa to była jedna z rzeczy, o które dziewczyna miała go zapytać podczas spotkania. Myślał, że dzięki temu będzie jasne, że ona zgodziła się na jego plan. I zanim zaczniesz szukać, możemy od razu powiedzieć, że coś takiego w ogóle nie istnieje. A teraz udaje, że nie miał z nią żadnej umowy.
Drive from 2.5 hours away to see this girl.
I didn't think it was against the law to meet with somebody and just hang out and talk to them.
But you probably, I mean, I don't know.
Is it? Is it? Just like hang out with somebody?
To hang out?
If I had sex with her, yeah, that would be against the law, but they didn't
Okay,
do
so
that.
let's just take a step back. So let's just say you never got divorced from your wife, and you had a daughter. You said it was 10 years ago, right? Give or take, you got divorced. So let's just say, as a result of that marriage, you had a daughter or a son who was 10, 12, 13 years old. And it's Friday night, and you and your wife, hey, honey, hey, whatever your daughter's name is, Caitlin, we're going to run out to dinner and stay out a little bit late. You could stay at home, and you come to find out, they walk in, there's a 44-year-old guy from, 200 miles or 100 and something miles away. Is everybody cool with that? You're cool with that?
Well, obviously, at first, no.
At first?
Yeah, when they first walk in, it's not going to be cool. But if it was somebody like me, I don't think there's a threat.
Dobrze przynajmniej, że nie masz żony i dzieci, panie Sokol, bo to po prostu obrzydliwe.
But how do they know what your intention is? You're talking about blowjobs and pics.
Yeah, they
and
don't.
other issues. You're not talking about maybe some common interest of music or sports, which is also, I mean, the whole thing would be weird. I think just about everybody would think. I think you actually would too. It's unhealthy and strange. Like a 44-year-old guy, what's he got in touch with, in common with a 12 or 14-year-old girl? And why, if you lived in a big metropolitan area, would you drive whatever the distance was, 2 hours away on a Saturday night?
Isn't that all speculation?
For me,
I mean, it's
what's the speculation? I'm looking at this.
you're speculating that I was going to have sex with her tonight.
Because that's what you said.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that? Well,
No.
tell me what you said.
Well, we talked about having sex, but that doesn't mean.
Isn't that strange?
It doesn't mean I was going to.
Spójrzmy jeszcze raz na jego czat, żeby sprawdzić, czy to prawda. Kiedy planowali spotkanie, napisał, że może łamać prawo i grożą mu poważne konsekwencje. Gdy dziewczyna zapytała za samo spotkanie ze mną, zobaczymy, co powiedział. Cały czas układał w głowie różne sytuacje i zastanawiał się, czy to zrobić, czy nie. Najpierw kombinował i unikał konkretnej odpowiedzi, ale potem stracił czujność. Zamiast martwić się o prawo, zaczął składać obietnice i umówił się na sobotę wieczór. Wystarczyło mu jedno zapewnienie, żeby przestać panikować.
If you, what was your name again?
It's Detective Kelly.
If you read all the text, I don't know if you read all of
I
it.
did not, and I probably can't digest them all right now,
Sure.
but I'm starting to try to look here.
I'm sure.
Good.
But if you read a lot of it, the exchanges between me and her, I was always aware and scared of any consequences if I was to do something wrong, like if I was to have sex with her. And to be honest, yeah, of course, like, from what I saw, she's, beautiful and everything, but I was not going to risk anything by having sex with her. I just wanted to meet her and hang out with her, and I was going to go home.
You're going to meet her, hang out
I
with her,
can't
and go
trust
home?
I can't trust anybody, obviously now, even more so, but,
How do you think we and she feel?
well, see, I get it, I get it, you guys.
We're trying to protect the innocent and the vulnerable, right?
Yeah, but
Just like when you were that age and I was that age, you wouldn't want some guy, attacking you.
If he's dangerous, yeah, of course not.
Or maybe he just has bad intentions. When you were 12 or 14 years old, if there was some guy in your life, or appeared in your life, who's in his 40s, and is talking about having sex with you and different things, isn't it your parents and the police and the school system's job to kind of protect you from that person? And sometimes if you're not being like totally honest with your parents or, community people, the only alternative sometimes we have is to do like sting type operations like this, but we'd never catch anybody. Because you're not going to tell anybody. You're so paranoid about it, you're researching the statutes. Because
I just, you
need to.
My case, okay, for this is obviously there's a lot of text there,
Yeah.
but I was trying to do things or, make it so I wasn't breaking the law. If I decided at some point that I wanted to, have any relations with her, I was trying to make sure that it was legal. Otherwise, I wasn't going to do anything.
I'll explain that a little bit.
If I came down and I liked her, she liked me, and
Right.
she was cool, and I didn't feel like she was, too immature or too young or too, the same, if I felt like I was on the same, level as her, like, emotionally and whatnot, I wanted to, I didn't want to do anything that was breaking the law. See, I don't
There's a
understand.
reason these laws are in place, right? To protect people.
Right, and I said that to her.
Meaning what? I'm still, you kind of expounded on it before, but you're like, I want to do things with her, so in case I did have feelings for her and I liked her, like it would be legal. I don't know what that means. She's still, let's just say 13, because you mentioned 13 right here. So how does that still make it legal?
I don't know, she said she was turning 14, but okay. How does it make what legal?
You just said that. How would it make it okay if you're going to do things with her and she's 13 and you ultimately had relations with her, with intercourse? How does it make it legal?
It wouldn't unless her mom consented to marriage. It's the only way it would be legal.
So you're gonna marry a 13-year-old girl with her mother's permission?
Maybe when she's 16, I would do that. Why is that like so hard to believe?
Powiem ci dlaczego. Dlatego, że jesteś 44-letnim facetem, który SMS-uje i czasami uprawia seks, a czasami... nie wiem jak to nazwać. Z 14-latką. A jeszcze przed waszym pierwszym spotkaniem kombinujesz, jak tu się z nią przespać. Potem jedziesz kawał drogi, gadasz o jakiejś zmyślonej umowie, a na dodatek łykasz tabletkę o nazwie Cialis. I właśnie dlatego, panie Sokol, trudno uwierzyć, że przyszedłeś tu tylko, żeby sobie posiedzieć.
Honestly didn't. If you read the whole text, read everything, you can see how scared I was to meet her. Just
Listen.
Just scared of the whole situation. But
You're scared of her for basically one reason. And the reason is that your clear intention was to have sex with her. Because if it truly was just to meet somebody, you wouldn't even be nervous about it. You'd be like, screw it. I have no interest in having sex with this girl.
It's a situation.
Just chatting. My right hand to God, and I'll swear to the parents, and they could be home for that matter. I'd love to meet them too, and my intentions are pure. Your intentions were not pure. That's why you had the reservations you had, right?
It was a new situation too, and never done it before. So yeah.
But you're 44 and she's
also know
12, 13.
That there's all these laws about
Thank God there are, right?
about minors.
What if there weren't?
Listen, I know what I'm capable of.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know you think that I'm bullshitting you.
No, you're trying to like kind of massage the corners, but do I think you're realizing and being honest with yourself and with me about what you did? No, I don't actually. But I mean, you're talking about it, and I appreciate that, but you're not. If you truly looked in the mirror and thought about what's going on or what you did tonight.
That's just because I don't feel like I did anything wrong.
Well, if you want to keep it in the straight and narrow and say, all I did was come here and bring her a pizza. Yeah, I mean, any uncle, any neighbor, any guy could certainly do that, any softball coach, whatever, as long as it's kind of like, the parents know and there's nothing creepy going on. Yeah, in and of itself, is that fine? Sure. But if that softball coach or whoever it may be is texting all kinds of things about having sex with the girl and her pussy and and send me a pic and everything else, and you're only 13 and I'm 44, and then you research the statutes and you drive 2 hours on a Saturday night and you bring Cialis with you and there's a reference of a marriage contract because that'll somehow make it legal. It's fucked up. Honestly, be honest with yourself. You can try to bullshit me all day long. It doesn't really matter to me. Most of the people that I talk to aren't exactly honest. But if you ever want to get well and maybe get past this point in your life and not be back here sometime in the future, or somewhere else for that matter, or in a bad place.
I agree. It's not something that
seriously
I should be doing, and I said that.
Yeah,
I said that.
That's a problem. If your first kind of thought about this was probably a correct one. What the fuck am I doing? This is wrong. I shouldn't need to research a statute to see if I'm able to hang out with a 13-year-old girl and talk about having sex with her. We're not talking senior in high school or something. We're talking 6th, 7th grade, right?
It's not gonna
You're 40.
It's
Not tonight. You just said before. You if things worked out and you ended up having relations, you wanted to know kind of it would be legal.
Right.
I think that's what you told me.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it unless it was legal.
It wouldn't do it. So the Cialis is just, we keep it just in case. And I'm driving 2 hours to meet a 12-year-old because I'm sure she's got a wonderful conversation and she's really interesting to chat to. You have a college degree. Where do you work?
If I was planning on having sex, I would have taken the Cialis at home and just left it there.
I don't know. For all I know, you took one already. Maybe you took one at home, maybe you brought another one in case it was a phenomenal night, right? Or for tomorrow if you slept over.
I told you I had it in my car. I rely on it when I date girls and stuff, so, because I have issues with that, so.
Jeśli się nad tym zastanowić, to najpierw wszedł do domu, porozmawiał, a dopiero potem wziął tabletkę. Gdy ją łyknął, było jasne, że zamierzał zostać na noc.
In the middle of it all, Sokol pulls out a medicine bottle. You can see it on the video. He takes a pill, apparently in preparation for what he thinks is going to be a big night ahead.
To nie domysły, to po prostu fakty. Jasne, że będzie cały czas twierdził, że jest niewinny, ale w prawie każdym śledztwie dotyczącym drapieżców pojawia się to samo pytanie.
How about like, I mean, I know you're doing the texting thing, was there any, younger girl kind of adolescent pornography either at your house or in your car or anything? Images, computer images, phone images?
I'm gonna look at my phone now.
Did you send her pictures?
Yeah. Yeah, me.
Such as you, like what? Dick pics?
No.
Naked chest? What? Let's see.
Those are all my pictures.
This is of her or just you?
No, it's just like pictures that are on my phone. Sent a random picture today. I just like took a picture of myself with my Bruin shirt.
With your what, Bruin shirt?
Yeah. It's at the bottom.
Who's the girl September 16th? Friend of yours? Girlfriend, whatever?
Yeah, it's just somebody that I was chatting with that sent me pictures on the same site.
Did she send you any pictures, this girl?
Who?
The girl from today.
No. Oh yeah, she has.
Naked?
No.
Not naked?
Never asked for anything naked.
W marcu 2017 roku skazano Sokola na 7 lat więzienia, ale po 2,5 roku mógł wyjść na wolność. Dostał też 10 lat nadzoru policyjnego za złagodzony zarzut usiłowania napaści seksualnej na nieletnią. W lipcu 2018 roku Sokol próbował zmienić nazwisko na Sonny Derek Porter, ale mu odmówiono. Nie dostał też zwolnienia warunkowego i wyszedł na wolność dopiero w czerwcu 2019 roku. Od wyjścia z więzienia trzyma się na uboczu. Ostatnie jego publiczne dostępne zdjęcie pochodzi z początku 2021 roku. Jeśli podobał Ci się ten film, koniecznie sprawdź przypadek Jerego z Glory Hall.